What up, guys? Your boy Quake back with a brand new episode of the Diverse Mentality Podcast, number 314, powered by the one and only Golden Eagle Energy Drink. Get your Golden Eagle Energy Drinks at drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. They sponsored all season 4 of the podcast, so show them love for showing us love. Unfortunately, there's really not that much news. The problem is it's only been really 2 days, and not much news has stacked. Oh, do I miss the days of rappers beefing like Drake and Kendrick Lamar and doing diss tracks. That was blazing times earlier this year, but there really hasn't been much. I do want to give you guys kind of an update of what to expect in September. I decided to work on a Who Really Won video instead of a What Really Happened. I haven't done a Who Really Won in years. And the reason why, I'm not going to reveal what it is, but I've teased it. Like, I've talked about it, or at least asked you guys if I should do it or not. I decided to do it because, this will kind of reveal if I say it, but there's a potential second wave of this battle happening. So I with the Who Really Wons, what I like about those is I usually predict kind of, whose career lasts and whose doesn't. And with the 50 and Rick Ross one, I predict that perfectly right. I mean, look at Rick Ross where he's at now. Look at 50. 50's definitely more relevant, definitely richer, definitely everything. And I said that way back then, and it rings true today. But this one's going to be really interesting because I want to kind of predict what I think going down the line. So I am going to do this one that I was teeter-tottering on, and then I'm going to do a What Really Happened. So this month there's going to be a new What Really Happened and a new Who Really Won to give you guys those because I haven't done those in a minute. And then, I'll go back on some different documentaries I have some ideas on as well. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of like different content creators and how they approach things. So I might do short form, like quick TikTok, Instagram Reel, Facebook Reel type of videos where I break down my documentaries quick because I'm seeing somebody get really, really popular off literally taking my documentaries, skimming through them, taking the key points and just talking about it. And it's like literally verbatim what my documentaries cover. It's insane. I'm like, this guy's just literally taking my documentaries, put them in short form, talking about it, and then it's getting millions of views for him. So I think that's a good way to, especially this newer generation, especially younger generation of, kids 16, 18, 20, they have shorter attention spans, unfortunately, and they want things kind of summed up. And then at the end, I'll probably tell people, hey, check out the full documentary here. So I'm really debating on if I should do that type of content quick, just to kind of get content out there for people that don't watch long format stuff. But yeah, that's what I've been kind of lingering on. But let's get into the news. And you guys are probably going to laugh because this is mainly a 50 Cent podcast episode because 50's $1 million worth of game interview, sent shockwaves, and there was literally so many like quotable parts in there, and people are kind of losing their minds. So let's first go over the other news, and then towards the end we'll talk about that. So DaBaby wins a last-minute delay in the battery trial. So let's go over the article. DaBaby has scored a minor victory in his battery lawsuit, with the trial being delayed at the last minute. While he recently pleaded guilty to attacking Gary Pager in the related criminal case, the North Carolina rapper is still being sued over the alleged incident, which occurred almost 4 years ago. According to Rolling Stone, DaBaby's motion to delay the trial was granted by Los Angeles County Superior Court Judge Cheryl J. Nellen after he hired a new lawyer, with the attorney saying he needed time to get up to speed. However, Nellen warned the rapper and his lawyer that the postponement will be short-lived, as she is keen for the years-old case to be resolved at trial. In his February 2021 lawsuit, Pager claimed that DaBaby beat, punched, spat on, threatened, shoved, and robbed him while filming a music video without permission at the rental property he owned in L.A. in December 2020. DaBaby and Pager's lawyers are also arguing what evidence should be allowed to be included at trial. DaBaby wants jurors to watch a video of Pager, who is white, using the N-word during the violent confrontation. But Pager's attorneys have claimed that is not relevant to the trial, even though Pager admitted to using the racial slur in a recent filing. That is relevant to the trial. That is some bullshit. His lawyers are trying to get him to get away with. That is relevant to the trial because that kind of explains why someone would lose their temper, especially if you're saying the N-word with a hard ER towards an African-American. That's definitely going to trigger people. Like, come on, that's some bullshit. The fact that wouldn't be allowed in trial, come on. Pager's lawyer said after defendant Jonathan Kirk punched plaintiff Gary Pager in the face without warning, knocking out his tooth and leaving him lying on the ground bleeding profusely, and after Mr. Kirk's associates had punched, taunted, threatened, and spat on Mr. Pager, stolen his phone, and vandalized his house, after these events, Mr. Pager used N-word. That's what his lawyers is saying. The sequence of events is undisputed. It's on video. Any reference to or evidence of that utterance should be excluded from trial because it is irrelevant to any claim or defense and will cause undue and unfair prejudice to Mr. Pager. In turn, DaBaby's lawyers argue plaintiff admits that there is no factual dispute as to whether he yelled the N-word to Kirk, yet conveniently asks to argue that such a racial slur is irrelevant to the claim of battery. A jury may find that the alleged battery was a consequence of sudden heat resultant from plaintiff's provocation, thus barring any potential award of punitive damages. DaBaby previously posted a video of Pager saying the racial slur during their violent confrontation. He uploaded a clip to social media and wrote, "These are the type of people y'all validate and let assassinate DaBaby's character." He also accused Pager of spitting at him, but no video footage was released of that alleged offense. I've never seen that video. Let's play this video. Let's see. I'm probably going to mute the word because obviously YouTube's going to...
On today's episode of Let's Make DaBaby Look Like a Bad Person, we Gary Prager, a proud white supremacist, lying to TMZ and LAPD, not knowing that he's caught on camera.
Now you fucking asshole.
Okay, so this guy's an older guy. You can see the video of them putting their hands on him. But did this happen? That's the question. Did this happen before or after? Even if he said the hard ER, right? Which he did. It sounds like he did. Let's just say he did, which is super disrespectful. Let's just say he said that. The lawyers will still say you should have controlled your emotions, blah, 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 blah. But it does warrant for less of, I don't know, less punishment. Because it could be a heat of the moment type of thing. You know, him and his team could get heated off the fact that, you know, the guy said a racial slur to them, and that's why they acted the way they acted. So it does help them in that case. But it doesn't excuse them, right? Because there's a lot of people that say a lot of things to a lot of people, but they don't lose their temper and fight somebody. So it doesn't excuse him 100%, but it does help him in his case of, hey, you know, I was doing this in the heat of the moment. You know, like those murder trials, whatever, where they say, hey, this wasn't premeditated. It was just, you know, spazzing and blah, blah, blah. They give him manslaughter, which is like the lowest thing you can get when it comes to murdering somebody. It's like the least amount of sentencing because it's the heat of the moment. You didn't plan it. It just happened. You got mad. Boom, you ended up killing somebody. So that's the kind of same thing in here. It's the same situation here where this guy said the hard ER towards DaBaby and his friends. And obviously they got pissed off at that, which they should have, and they put their hands on him. But did it happen before or after? That's the question. Even if you put your hands on somebody and then after the person calls you that, it's kind of hard to debate, you know, that's the reason why you put your hands on him. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they could say he said it before that and then after that. I don't know. I mean, nobody knows. Obviously, each side is going to tell their side of the story and make themselves look good in the situation. Nobody knows besides the people that were there. But I don't know, man. You know, this person's saying that they trashed his house, destroyed it. He didn't want that. DaBaby said we never did that. So it'd be interesting to see, man, if this, you know, how this trial goes. It's been a minute since he's been accused of this and had to go through the whole lawsuits and all that. So we'll keep our eyes posted. But, you know, racial slurs never go right, guys. Come on, man. Like, this is just simple shit. But he is an older guy, older white guy. So a lot of older white people are fairly racist because they come from, you know, certain backgrounds of their parents being like that, the grandparents, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, it's a tricky situation. We'll keep our eyes posted and see what happens moving forward. Great news. I can't wait for this. Lil Wayne is basically announcing that Hot Boys are going to have a reunion. So let's go over the article. Lil Wayne, Juvenile, BG, and Turk are officially reuniting as Hot Boys this year. And it's going down in their hometown of New Orleans. Round of applause, man. Especially in their hometown of New Orleans. Round of applause. On Tuesday, September 3rd, Wayne announced that he and his former Cash Money cohorts will be performing together at his Weezyana festival, which takes place on November 2nd at the Smoothie King Center and is produced by Live Nation Urban, Young Money, and D Money. Attendees will also be treated to a special DJ set from fellow Cash Money Kingpin Manny Fresh, as well as performances from fellow New Orleans native Rob 49. Additional artists will be revealed in the coming weeks. Be interesting to see if Drake is invited to this, man. People have been saying that Lil Wayne and Drake have had like kind of issues with each other, some type of beef. So be interesting to see if Drake gets invited to this or if he has anything to do with this. Tickets go on sale for the festival on Friday, September 6th. Very cool. A Hot Boys reunion has been teased for almost a year now, but the journey to their upcoming Weezyana performance has been anything but smooth. Yeah, they started feuding a while ago. It'll be interesting to see if Birdman's there as well. I would like to see Birdman there, man, because Birdman made a lot of the stuff happen. He's the one that put a lot of these people together. He's the one that funded a lot of these things. As much as people have a lot of things to say about Birdman and, oh, he did Lil Wayne dirty, oh, he does his artist dirty, the reality is if it wasn't for Birdman, none of this would have been possible. That's just the reality of it. I mean, he put up allegedly his drug money to, fund a lot of this stuff. He was big in the streets. He was making sure to look out for Lil Wayne and everybody else. And, they became superstars in their own right. So, I'm excited for this. I wish I could attend. Honestly, I would be really, really, I don't know. We'll see. November 2nd. I don't know. It'd be really cool, man, to go to New Orleans and see them reunite. I would definitely, that's worth going to New Orleans for. That'll be really cool. But yeah, so if you're near New Orleans or you want to go, concert is officially on November 2nd. The tickets go on sale this Friday, September 6th at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time via Ticketmaster. So if you're interested, go ahead and check it out. Dr. Dre has hit the studio with, guess who? DJ Mustard. Mustard on a beat, ho. Let's go over the article. I'm excited for this, man. Anything Dr. Dre, I am all ears, man. So Dr. Dre is gearing up to make his return to music with Snoop Dogg's new album, Missionary, which he's fully producing. But before then, he's hit the studio with another West Coast hip-hop heavyweight, Mustard. The 10 Summers hitmaker posted a picture on Instagram on Tuesday, September 3rd, of himself and the NWA legend in the lab together, quoting some of Dre's lyrics from Forgot About Dre in his caption. Back in the lab with my pen and pad, he wrote. Mustard post made waves online with fellow producer extraordinaire Timbaland commenting, "About damn time," along with several fire emojis. While it's unclear what the two may have been working on, both Dr. Dre and Mustard have left their mark on 2024 when the year is said and done. Listen, Drake stans are critiquing Kendrick Lamar for not really giving West Coast more of a cosign, right? This is all happening because of Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. That's just the reality situation. It's no disrespect to DJ Mustard. But where was Dr. Dre when DJ Mustard was having his run in 2012, 2011, 2013, those years, 2014? Where was Dr. Dre? Nowhere. That's the thing with Dr. Dre, and this is my problem I have with Dr. Dre. There is a lot of West Coast talent that if Dr. Dre decided to, put them under his wing, they would have been a different spot in their careers right now. Bigger spots, I think. I think Nipsey Hussle would have never died had Dr. Dre just took him under his wing. Because I think Nipsey would have been so much more in the studio, so much more locked in. Now, I'm not, please don't misconstrue this and take this as I'm blaming Dr. Dre for Nipsey Hussle dying. No, I'm not saying that because I know people are going to run with that and say, oh, this is what you're doing, Quake, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm just saying, had Dr. Dre been involved, I think more and a lot more West Coast artists. Now, that's not this, like you could say Dr. Dre's kind of prime has passed. It's not his responsibility to do that anymore. I get it. He's put a lot of artists under his wing and helped so many careers. So that's just off the rip. That's 100% praise to Dr. Dre. But, this I think is too late. I'm excited for this. I can't wait to hear what comes of this. But this should have happened a long time ago. In 2012, 2013, 2014, when the West Coast was having but just another wave, right? You had YG, you had Kendrick, DJ Mustard, Kid Ink. Who else at the time was starting to blow up? Nipsey was starting to get his shit going. I don't know. Lots of artists, right? At that moment, it felt like West Coast was having another run. And Dr. Dre should have inserted himself in there and been like, all right, these are the guys that are popping. Let's bring them all in the studio. Let's get cooking. Let's get something going. I feel this only happened because DJ Mustard blew up with Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. They did the whole Ken and Friends event. Dr. Dre was there. DJ Mustard was there. And then they linked up, and that's it. I think that's the only reason this happened. Whatever. It's all good. It's props to Kendrick Lamar for making more of a West Coast connection, because I know Drake stans are clowning Kendrick and saying, oh, he doesn't really look out. He should have done a feature verse for DJ Mustard's album. He should have featured on YG's album. He should have really put the West Coast on. Does he really care about the West Coast? Whatever. I think Kendrick is more behind the scenes. I don't think he really boasts about what he does for the West Coast. He's done a lot of things, and a lot of people have actually talked about it in interviews, people that most people don't know who they are, right? If I remember correctly, in an interview with Cam Capone News, there was a guy that was great friends with Kendrick Lamar, said that Kendrick Lamar paid for a lot of people's funerals, a lot of people to go to college, a lot of people just for bills and things that they had going on. Kendrick helps. Now, he might not, hop on rich people's songs, because at the end of the day, these rappers are just rich people that make more money. So if he doesn't feature on there, I guess, I don't know how it's seen as a negative thing, but, people are going to critique. Here's the thing, man. What I realize is, especially making content online, people are going to critique you no matter what. There is no pleasing everybody. Whatever you do, if you, I always use this example, and I'll use it for the rest of my life. If you cure cancer and you give away the cure for free, there's going to be people saying you're a dumbass for not profiting off the cure. If you charge people for the cure of cancer, there's going to be a group of people saying you're an asshole for profiting off of the cure. You will never please everybody. That's just the reality situation. So what Kendrick does in and out doesn't matter. It's his life. He can do whatever he wants to do. He's not obligated to help anybody, period. Nobody is, really, unless you're your kids. That's it. You're obligated to look out for your kids when you have them, and your family, immediate family that you feel like you want to look out for. But at the end of the day, once you hit 18, you're a full-grown adult, at least in the United States of America. Nobody's obligated to help you at all. Your decisions are your decisions, and that's it. But I know, everybody's exception rules are different. But, yeah, I'm just excited for this. I hope, something comes out of this, man. I'm tired of Dr. Dre taking photos in the studio, and we don't fucking hear anything. Speaking of studio photos, The Game took a lot of Documentary 3 studio photos. So I think there's a lot of people he's working with that are close to Dr. Dre. So I think Dr. Dre might be involved in the Documentary 3. Maybe behind the scenes. I don't know. I'm excited for that too. So I can't wait for the Documentary 3. Yeah, it will be. I wish I could have done the 20-year anniversary of the documentary. A documentary on the 20th anniversary of The Game's documentary. That would be fire, but Game never responded to me. He leaves me on scene on Instagram DMs. I'm tired of this shit, man. He leaves me on scene. He responded like twice, and that's it. And I'm like, come on, bro. I'm trying to, get some cool shit going, but whatever. It is what it is, man. I try my best. I can't. There's only so much I can do before, people just stop responding. What's crazy is there's a lot of celebrities that follow my Diverse Mentality Instagram page. Like, so many celebrities actually watch my stories. It's really insane seeing Snoop Dogg and all these fucking people that are celebrities look at my stories. But you message them, blah, blah, blah. They might respond if you get lucky, and then it never leads to anything. It's really annoying. And I don't want to constantly message them over and over and over and ask for things, because really that's all I'm doing. I'm basically asking and be like, hey, I'm a fan. I'd love to do this. But, they don't have to do it. That's the thing. Nobody's obligated to do anything, for anybody. So, yeah, it is what it is. We'll keep our eyes posted and see what happens moving forward. Boosie and Ralo. Ralo said something that I disagree with. So let's go over our article. Boosie Badass has hit out at Ralo. After the former Cash Money rapper made derogatory comments about his age. Speaking on Instagram Live, the recently freed Ralo made it clear he was not interested in performing in his 40s and cited Boosie as an example he doesn't want to follow. This is insane. I'm focused on signing artists and being a CEO of a label, he said. So let's play the clip.
I'm focused on signing artists and being a CEO of a label. Like, I'm going to get old one day. I ain't trying to be on stage like Boosie rapping when he 40, 50 years old. I ain't trying to be doing that. I want to pull up like Birdman with my artists, or pull up like QCP with my artists, or the other side, all them old, say their name. I don't care, but I don't answer to nobody but God. You hear me? I do not answer to nobody but God. So this tongue right here, this shit might say some shit that you probably just be like, oh. so trip. I don't answer nobody but God. So, and then I'm gonna say some pious shit. I'm gonna do the right thing by the people. I ain't gonna say no old bad shit. But I might slip and say some shit, you know what I'm saying? But they don't mean I ain't telling y'all this follow the boots or nothing against me. I ain't telling y'all to do that. I'm gonna do the right thing.
Boosie responded after that and said this on Twitter. I have not spoke on you in years, he tagged Ralo. You still hurt by what you did. What you did, LOL, I'm grateful. I'm still making $150K a weekend and selling out shows. You don't have a rap career and you will never have one. And you're right. You should be a CEO. Because one thing you can't do, hold on, the tweet is loading, man. Damn, Boosie wrote a lot. One thing you can't do is make music. God did not give you that talent. Leave hip-hop alone. Hashtag leave hip-hop alone. That's wild. Every other month you mentioning me, SMH, get me off your mind and stop using my name for clout. You got my name. If you want to tell me something, you got my line. Sorry. This is like, it's hard to read some of these things, man. They just be typing shit. I'm the same guy, did a verse and video for free for you when you was locked up and refused to take the 10K you was trying to pay me. You get no points for shit like this. Anyway, I'm about to listen to these beats and make some music. I just hope you're not doing the same thing. That's a funny response, man. Ralo responded on video. This is what he had to say.
How in the hell you gonna get mad at me because I said I ain't want to be of a certain age on stage rapping? I ain't say nothing was wrong with the goats going on motherfucking stage rapping and doing their motherfucking thing. I just personally don't want to do it. He might like a red car. I might want a blue car. That don't mean I hate the motherfucking red car. That just simply mean I just prefer the blue car, even though I love red. But however, motherfucker can't say everybody on block or Ralo this. Man, I ain't diss that motherfucker nigga. Like, hey, have a good time. That's on him. I just choose that when I get that age, I want to be worshiping my Lord. I want to be, deep involved in my religion and in my community. That ain't what I want to do. I don't want to be doing that type of. That's just me, period, home. They ain't dissing on other that's doing.
I agree. I don't think Ralo was really dissing him. He just kind of used somebody that came to his mind as an example that's still performing and, whatever, making money off their shows. If Boosie's actually making $150K a weekend just to perform, hey, man, more power to him. At the end of the day, I think in today's hip-hop world, the beautiful thing about hip-hop, it's 51 years old, and now there's a specific audience for each artist. It's no longer corny in my eyes, or I think in most people's eyes, to perform in your 50s right now, and even 60s. Because we're getting there with a lot of artists. We're getting to the age where a lot of artists are going to start turning 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. They're going to be in their 50s. And if they perform and do music still, are we going to look at them as corny? So let's see. How old is Jay-Z right now? Jay-Z is 54 years old, and people still want a new Jay-Z album. How old is Eminem? Eminem is 51 years old, and people still, obviously just recently, Death of Slim Shady, people streamed that, listened to the album. Dr. Dre is 59 years old, about to be 60 years old, and we're excited for a new Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg album. Let's see how the old Snoop Dogg is. 52 years old, and we're still excited for a Snoop Dogg album. Lil Wayne, 41. That's not too bad. 41 years old. So there's nothing really wrong with being older in hip-hop now. I think back then there was a lot more of a stigma. That's why Game, you 38 and you still rapping, I'm 28, so is the Dubs. That's why he said that shit, because back then there was a lot of stigma. If you were like in your late 30s or 40s and you're still making music, people would call you corny. People would stop rocking with you. But now there really isn't, man. Because of social media, because of the internet, because of just everything being connected, there is still an audience for those artists that are in their 50s and 60s and 40s and blah, 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 blah. The Game, as a rapper, he is 44 years old. He's about to drop the documentary 3, and he actually turns 45 in about a couple of months. So he's actually 45 years old this year. And yet, I'm still excited for the documentary 3. I don't really care how old he gets. I think if you still have the talent, you still have the passion, keep making music. I still want to hear it. If you don't have the passion and you're not really that talented, I think with 50, because I'm going to go back to 50 Cent again, I still want a 50 Cent album, but I think he doesn't have the passion anymore to do it. And it kind of rubbed that way. To me, it seemed like it rubbed me that way, no homo, no diddy, on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, because 50 was talking about, some of these rappers, like I had to work my ass off to become a decently good rapper. And these other guys naturally have to do it. He used the Kobe Bryant reference because Kobe Bryant didn't start out, being the best. He kind of got his way there and started, becoming one of the best in the league. So 50 used that reference and said, listen, there's other rappers that do shit way better than me. So I think 50 kind of is like, I had my run, I did my thing, sold as much as I could, I maximized my run, and I'm done. It's unfortunate because I think just one more album and I'll be satisfied, man. I'll never ask for another new album from him because he promised us Streaking Immortal. We never got it, but that's a whole different conversation. But I think I get where Ralo's coming from, right? He is talking about like, hey, at a certain age, man, I'm focused on my business. I'm focused on the Lord. I'm focused on just being overall, better in life and not doing music because music really isn't the best thing ever. Like when it comes to being spiritual and stuff like that. He wants to be more the Birdman route, managing artists, promoting them. I get that. So that's respectful. I don't think he dissed Boosie, and I think Boosie took it the wrong way. But the internet, they're gonna flip things and say, why'd you say Boosie, blah, blah, blah. What's wrong with Boosie rapping? Yeah, I don't know. I think if you're really talented, you still have a fan base. And Boosie has a hardcore, certain demographic fan base that rocks with them, period. I mean, how old is Gucci Mane? Let's see Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane's got to be in his mid-40s. Easily. 44 years old. I was right, mid-40s. Let's see how old T.I. is. T.I. is 43. Let's see how old Young Jeezy is. He ain't no more young, man. Shit, Young Buck just dropped the Impeachment Project, and he's like in his 40s. Young Jeezy's 46 years old. He ain't young no more. His name is Jeezy. But, yeah, I don't care, man. To me, age doesn't matter. Keep dropping music as long as it sounds good. I don't give a fuck, man. Rap until you're 70. Doesn't matter to me, man. As long as you don't sound old on the record, as long as you sound good, you're sharp, you're with the times, because a lot of artists that you guys heard the Melly Mel thing when he responded to Eminem. That shit sounds so outdated. You got to be with the times, though. Can't be dropping no shit that sounds like it belongs in the 80s and you're over here trying to adapt to sounds in today's time, or you're not trying to adapt to today's sounds. So, hey, good discussion, though, man. I would love to ask a lot more artists about this and just have the discussion. But we'll keep our eyes posted, see if anything happens moving forward. Before we continue, I want to give a shout out to Golden Eagle for sponsoring this podcast. Yes, if it wasn't for Golden Eagle, this podcast wouldn't be possible. If you're looking for an energy drink that doesn't tear a hole in your pocket, Golden Eagle energy drink is the one you want to get. Golden Eagle has the smoothest taste with no aftertaste. You don't get acid reflux when you drink it, and you will save a lot of money. So check out Golden Eagle at drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. The link is in the description below. And how do you think this podcast would be possible without me having energy to do it? Come on, guys. You guys got to remember this. I need energy to do this stuff, man, because there's a lot of crazy topics. So look how smooth this thing sounds. Look at it. Oh, my God. It's fresh. Look at that Golden Eagle. Look at the can. It's so beautiful, too, man. Look at that. That's so fresh, man. So fresh. Golden Eagle energy drink. Go to the link description below. That's drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. Let's continue the episode. Now 50 Cent. It's all going to be about 50 Cent. I know I mentioned him throughout the podcast a lot. The person who's taking shots, keep taking your shots, because I think you might be dead by the time this podcast is over. So relax on the shots, brother. But 50 obviously appeared on $1 Million Worth of Game. I haven't fully watched the interview yet. I know that's surprising to a lot of people because anything 50 I usually watch immediately, but I'm only 23 minutes into the interview, so I haven't watched it completely. But there's clips of it going online, so I've seen a lot of different clips. And he recalled a moment where Dame Dash basically said that 50 signing with Eminem for $1 million was no money. He basically signed for free. And then 50 says, look at you now. Like, you have no money, and you're already talking about no money. So let's watch the clip.
How much money did he give you for that first deal?
I got $1 million.
Cash, after taxes.
The only person that pointed out that $1 million was no money was Damon Dash, and he has no money now. If I only felt that, because he said, there ain't no money. Like, after you get you a watch, a chain, and you look out for the homies, and you do this, then it's nothing. Right? And I was like, nigga, I'm from 134th Street. $1 billion is a lot of money.
Right.
I think I hit the lotto.
Right.
Are you gonna say it's no money? Like, and I just never forgot that because of how it felt.
Was that the only offer you got? Was any other labels offered you?
I met with everybody. I met with Clue, Desert Storm, all of them. It's because I wanted them to say they was doing the deal with me.
Yeah, we went over the label deal shopping on the Get Rich or Die Trying documentary, so watch that if you haven't. Dame Dash responded, and Dame Dash did not like what 50 had to say. But Dame Dash, being a smart businessman, used it to promote his, TV channel that he has, because he has his own TV channel.
No money. 1, 2, Dame Dash. Yeah, no money now.
So somebody definitely sent me that cute shit 50 said about me not having no money. And because of that, I feel like now me and 50 should have a battle. And, no gangster shit. I'm 53 years old. That would be whack and corny for the culture. But he's in the television network business now. So if I was a rapper, I would be like, all right, I'm gonna make a diss record, you make a diss record. Now let's not do that. Let's do CEO war, right? You drop your television network today, you should be able to do that because you have power and you have the resources and you get money. And because I'm broke, this should be easy work. I'm gonna drop my network. And what I'm gonna do is I'm also gonna drop a new original American new movie. So I also challenge you to drop an original movie. Do it today. You should have it on deck. You're a CEO. You should be prepared for this, but I guarantee you're not. So today, I'm dropping America New. You type in America, you type in NU, you check out my network. Go check out, what's the name of his network again?
50 Cent Action.
Oh, hell no. You can check out 50 Cent Action. I'm promoting it. Go to 50 Cent Action, however you could go there. And go to America New, type in America, type in NU on any app store, download it, and tell me whose app is better. But I need you to show up for this battle, 50. You know what I'm saying? And also, I'm gonna drop a new movie, The Prince of Detroit, an America New original, and produced by us, and we put it in theaters, and now I'm putting it on my own streaming service, because I ain't got no money. And also, I'm gonna do a full interview and I'm gonna put it on my network first, American New, and you'll be able to see that as well. And, again, let's just compare. Also, 50 was popping it, for what I heard, that, he had that 12 million to buy Rockefeller and BJ's boss. But where you at? It's still for sale. The prices are up, but they pushed the auction back. The starting price was 1.2, now it's 3 million. If you got it, like you say it, buy it. I challenge you. So let's keep it. Television network, CEO, and watch the full interview on America New. Watch a new movie on America New, and tell me whose network is better. 50 Cent Action, or America New. And 50, I don't mind if you want to post the battle as well, because I'm posted on mine. We should help each other. You know what I mean? Appreciate you.
That shit was funny, man. I'm not gonna lie. That shit was hilarious. Him saying, what's 50's channel name? 50 Cent Action? What the pause? He hits the pause button. That is a pause. So 50 Cent Action is kind of I don't know. It's kind of funny. It's a funny TV channel name. But, I mean, this is a good, Dame Dash is smart in his response. He knows a lot of people are going to be watching this. He knows to plug in his America New NU network. Go check it out, man. I'm not, I actually went to go watch it at one point. Pretty good, man. It's not like, Dame Dash. I know a lot of people like to make jokes and stuff. He's broke, this and that. That's a legitimate TV channel. It's not even some bullshit. I think he's done a really, really good job of slowly building that. And, 50 hasn't launched this, but he does. Here's the smart thing Dame Dash does. He's like, if you're really a boss, launch it right now. Launch a full film that you have set up. I mean, yeah, it's a good response, man. You got to give major props to Dame Dash. The one thing that kind of made it a little corny was towards the end when he's like, oh, buy the auction. If you're really that rich, you got 12 million, buy the auction. That's you trying to get out of your debt that you owe, and you're trying to convince people to buy something that's based off of Jay-Z, what he said, is not really going to be worth that much. So that part, I was like, come on. Like, nobody's going to buy that, and if you're trying to convince them to that. But the plug on his TV channel, perfect. I think just the background music should have been, like, reduced a lot because it's hard to hear with all that background music in the clip. But perfect response, man. Shout out to Dame Dash. Great way to market your network, get people's attention. I'm talking about it. There's a lot of people talking about it, so it's a good marketing tactic, man. And a funny response, man. That 50 Cent action pause button, that shit was hilarious. But we'll keep our eyes posted. We'll see what 50 says. I think 50's always, believe it or not, 50's always been for the culture, and he's helped out a lot of minorities in the Hollywood world. So, I wouldn't be surprised, man, if he hits up Dame and says, hey, what are you doing? Let's see if we can work together some way or another. I think that could happen. I mean, he has really no issues with Dame. He just said what he said because he's like, why would you say that $1 million that I got is nothing? He trolled the broke thing. 50's going to say what he thinks in his mind, and that's what it is. So we'll keep our eyes posted and see. But that was a funny response, man. Major props to Dame Dash. Continuing on with 50, another clip from the $1 million worth of game went viral, and it was 50 talking about almost signing Desiigner. You don't know who Desiigner is. He's the one-hit wonder kind of. I mean, I think he had 2 hits. I like the Timmy Turner record. Timmy Turner. You for a burner. Hear everybody walk. I love that record. But Desiigner is the one who made the song Panda. And he sounded a lot like Future. When this came out, a lot of people thought it was Future. It wasn't. It was obviously somebody else. And eventually Kanye West ended up signing him. And 50 Cent talked about how he almost signed Desiigner. And he said that he didn't sign him because he didn't have any hits. Like, he just had one song, which is Panda. And he was like, I'm not signing this. Mind you, Desiigner blew up back in, I think, 2016. Let me hold on. Let me play this clip. 2016. Late 2015, early 2016. So 50 was still moving around with G-Unit, and he had G-Unit reunion happening. So at the time, he was still music focused. Let's remember that, because I know a lot of people are going to be like, 50 trying to sign somebody. When did that happen? But let's play the clip.
Saying to me, I was, what's the name? Sound like Future. It sounded like Future.
I got clubs in Atlanta.
Panda. Yeah, I got bros in Atlanta. I met with him before he did the deal with Kanye and them. Had him at the office. I'm like, yo, so let me hear the other records you got. And he's like, that's it. And the shit was so hot that he had it, I was struggling. And I was like, nah, I can't get that money. Let them give them whatever they're gonna give. I know who I was when I made one record.
Plan,
when I made one record, I didn't know how to make the next one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So if you have the distraction of a record, you move around, you start seeing all these bad. You done been married 3 times this weekend.
Yeah.
So if this is done happen, you done got all this confused. You like, what happened? What's your next record? I don't know. I think I like her. I think I love her. You thinking other shit that wasn't even in your thought process prior to that hit.
Right.
So where do you find the hit record?
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? We're not on the same thought pattern that you was when you made the hit.
Well, basically, that's just what this further proves for me is that 50 is ahead of the curve on a lot of artists, but for some reason doesn't sign the right ones. He has interest in probably 50's taste in signing artists is probably the worst ever. And I would tell 50 this in front of his face. I think he signed some of the most atrocious artists ever. I'm not even capping. No disrespect to these artists I'm about to name, but these artists are dookie water. Hot Rod, yeah, one great record that I enjoyed. Bump my shit. But I like Hot Rod regardless. He's a cool guy. But he's just not that. At the time, Yayo should have been the A&R for G-Unit Records. Tony Yayo got Banks on G-Unit, Lloyd Banks. Tony Yayo, besides Buck, 50 did a good move on Buck because Buck was the one that 50 wanted. So shout out to 50 on that. Good move. Game, that was more of Dr. Dre and then just brought him on, so I don't really give 50 credit for that. But everything in 2006 and after, Mobb Deep was a good move. MLP, no disrespect to them, not a good move, putting him on G Unit. Hot Rod, not a good move. He ended up signing Governor, which I like him as an R&B singer, but just not there. Precious Paris, not there. The girls sang Sunshine, I Can Call You My Baby Boy. That I forget her name, and Leah, something like that. She was on Lil Flip Sunshine. She ended up signing Olivia, no disrespect. Wasn't the move. Yeah, at one point, even Shaw Money was telling me that they tried to do a G-Unit Girls, like where there's G-Unit Girls. And 50 had some weird ideas where he Yayo brought 50 J. Cole. J. Cole. Go on one of the, I forget what mixtape. It's 2008 mixtape. It's the one where he's holding, I think, the basketball, the come up. It might be the come up. It might be the come up. Let me see. It might be the come up. It's probably this one. Is it the come up or is it the other one? No, it's not the come up. That's the debut mixtape. It might be the come up. I might be wrong about that. I don't know. It's one of those. It's either his first mixtape to come up or it's the warm up. One of those two. The warm up is the one where he's holding the basketball, but it's either the come up or the warm up. On one of those mixtapes, on one of the tracks at the end, he shouts out Tony Yayo. I'm in G Unit studio, blah blah blah. Like Yayo brought 50 J. Cole. Somebody else brought, I think it might have been Yayo that brought 50 Nicki Minaj too. J. Cole and Nicki Minaj had a chance to be on G Unit Records. And didn't happen. Didn't happen. I think 50, I don't know, man. I'm not even, I like Kid Kid. That was a good signing. Some people don't like him because of his voice, blah, blah, blah. Kid Kid can rap his ass off. 50's right about that. Kid Kid can rap his ass off, period. Is he really that marketable? Probably not. It's hard to market certain sounds and stuff. But Kid Kid, as far as a rapper's rapper, he's one of the best, period. That's how I view it. I mean, I've heard bars from that motherfucker that maybe, I was like, God damn, what the fuck you just say? So I think 50 though, and everybody else, I think the only moves he made that were really good was Buck and Kid Kid. I think everybody else, he kind of just, I don't like the signs that he had on that. And then he had, at one point, he was like trying to sign, I forget who it was, man. Oh, at one point he signed DJ Pauly D to G-Note Records. He had a whole R&B side, like DJ Pauly D. Come on, bro. What are we doing? At that moment, I'd been like, Fifth, what are you doing? But that's a whole different thing. Desiigner decided to respond, and he dropped a diss track. Because how else is he going to respond, man? He has to drop a diss track. So let's play the clip.
It's for my bitches getting money. It's for my bitches getting to it. Black flock, let's do it. Get the money, let's do it. It's for my bitches getting money. And my niggas getting to it. Every night, let's do it. She gon' pop, she gon' screw it. Niggas talking that 50 cent. I be talking 50 mil. Niggas talking that Timmy Turner. Let the niggas get killed. I got signed to Kanye, little nigga. You was never worth the deal. Desiigner always keep it real. Desiigner always keep it for my bitch. For my bitch. For my bitch. For my bitch.
Hey, I was bumping to it, but this shit ass, bro. No disrespect. 50 goes, this kind of just proved 50 right. I think he should have responded. Instead of responding like this and accepting critique from an OG, a veteran in hip-hop, he decides to respond with a diss track and just trolling. And he should have just responded and be like, you know what, Fifth? At the time, I wasn't ready. You're right. And I learned from that. And that taught me a huge lesson and blah, 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 blah. But instead, he just provided more proof that 50 was right. That's all. He just provided more proof that 50 was right. This guy can't make another hit to save his life. But, hey, not going to cap that Timmy Turner record. I like that. So, to me, he's not a one-hit wonder, to me, because I like Timmy Turner. Now, was Timmy Turner a hit? Let me see. Let me actually go to Desiigner and his chart history. Desiigner chart history. What's Timmy Turner? Because Timmy Turner did, I think, pretty good. Timmy Turner. Yeah, Timmy Turner went number 34. So BTS featuring Desiigner Mic Drop went 28. That's not his record, but then Champions, Kanye West, Desiigner was on there. That went to number 71. But his number one hit was obviously Panda. I got broads in Atlanta, chasing the lean the phantom. But then Timmy Turner, I like Timmy Turner, man. Timmy Turner. You wait for a burner. Yeah, everybody walk. Number 34, I like that record. So, yeah, back to back. Yeah, I like that record. Every time I say I like that record, it reminds me of that. Back to back. Yeah, I like that record. Let me get back to that for the record. Shout out to Kendrick, man. But he proved him wrong, proved him right. And, you know, we'll keep our eyes posted. I don't think 50's going to really respond to this. I wouldn't be surprised if he does, though. But, yeah, it is what it is, man. 50 was right in not signing it, man. That would have been a terrible deal. That would have been a terrible look. I couldn't defend G-Unit Records no more. I was tired of fighting for my life trying to defend G-Unit Records and the decisions they were making. Tired of it, man. I was over here fighting for my life because some of these decisions were just, yeah, I'm not even going to get into it. If I was here talking to Fifth, I'd be like, bruh, you fucked up on a lot of these deals, man. You should have signed J. Cole. Like, if I had Yayo here, bro, I would tell him in front of his face, you should have been the A&R of G-Unit. 50 should have just focused on his music and business. Sha Money should have ran what he did, which he was the one that was making sure albums were coming out. The second Sha Money left is the second we stopped getting music from everybody. It was Sha Money that was making sure we were on the clock and shit was coming out. Whether 50 wants to admit it or not, that's another thing I would love to tell 50 is like, Sha Money was the reason why G-Unit was running a lot smoother than we thought. Because if it wasn't for him, because think about it, when he left in 2007, nobody else was dropping albums. Buck dropped. That was the last thing that Sha Money had a hand in, anything revolving around G-Unit. Then you had the Curtis album drop, and after that, nothing. It was a shit show. You had TOS drop 2008. You had Before I Self-Destruct, and after that, it was done. Finished. Nothing else came out. Banks had HFM 2 in late 2010. Cool. No Yayo album. No other artists. Everything just kind of went to shit and crumbled. And 50 was doing his G-Note records and all this other stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm trying to get behind this as a fan, but I couldn't, man. It was just so much shit. I had to defend this, by the way. I was in high school. Mind you, I was in high school defending G-Note records. The Fifth, man. Did me dirty at the time, man. But, hey, it is what it is. Let's get into the Billboard Hot 100. The charts. Shabuzi is still number one with a bar song, Tipsy. Still number one. This shit's been a number one for weeks and weeks on end. Sabrina Carpenter, Taste, debuted at number 2. Sabrina Carpenter, Please, Please, Please is at number 3. Sabrina Carpenter, Espresso is at number 4. Jesus, she's got 3 songs in the top 5. Who is this woman? I don't even know some of these artists, man. I don't listen to pop music. So Post Malone, Morgan Wallen, I Had Some Help, number 5. Die With a Smile, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars, number 6. Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish, number 7. Good Luck, Babe, Chappelle Roan, number 8. Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar, number 9. Lose Control, Teddy Swims, number 10. Going down the list, Sabrina Carpenter got number 1 on the album sales because her songs are all over the charts. SZA, Saturn, number 28. Future, Like That, number 29. Eminem, Houdini, number 37. Glorilla, Megan Thee Stallion, Wannabe, number 40. Damn, that Eminem, Somebody Save Me with Jelly Roll did not go back on the charts. That's crazy. That music video didn't really help at all. Glorilla, TGIF, number 47. Whiskey, Moneybag Yo, Morgan Wallen, number 58. One-on-One Gunna, number 59. It's Up, Drake, Young Thug, 21 Savage, number 63. Drugs, You Should Try It, Travis Scott, debuted at number 66. That's a hell of a fucking title. Please do not try drugs. Band for Band, Central C, Lil Baby, number 71. You My Everything, Sexy Red, and Drake, number 93. 21 Savage, Summer Walker, Proven, number 96. Prove It. But that's it for Billboard Hot 100. I'm trying to go to album sales, but I don't see anything on Hits Daily Double. So let me see. I'm about to check a different source. Let's see if we can find somewhere else a different source. So Sabrina Carpenter is at number 1, and she sold 362,000 copies, with 184 being pure. That is interesting. So let's go over, because Hits Daily Double didn't update at all, which is fucking annoying as shit. I don't know why I didn't. So let me see. I'm trying to go on the Billboard 200 and see what the sales are like. Sabrina Carpenter is all over this thing. Who the hell is this woman? I don't understand, man. Some of these pop artists just pop out of insane, bro. They pop up out of nowhere. Where are the sales? Okay, so Sabrina Carpenter, number one. She did 362,000, sorry. Travis Scott literally fell behind by 1,000 copies. He went number two days before Rodeo at 361,000. It was really 1,000 to 2,000 units in sales. That's crazy. So she stopped Travis Scott from getting it number one. That is unfortunate for Travis Scott. He's probably pissed. But yeah, that's all I see for sales. Hits Daily Double for some reason didn't update, but there's an interesting chart here. The albums this year were the biggest debuts. So you got Taylor Swift, The Tortured Poets, at number one with 2.6 million first week. Beyonce, Cowboy Cardi at number two with 407,000. I believe this is Sabrina Carpenter, Short and Sweet, at number three with 362,000. Travis Scott, Days Before Rodeo, at number four with 361,000. Billie Eilish, Hit Me Hard and Soft, at number five with 339,000, and Eminem, Death of Slim Shady, number six with 281,000. Interesting. So yeah, basically Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Sabrina Carpenter, Travis Scott, and Billie Eilish hold the top five for the biggest first week sales of 2024. Then Eminem is just out the top five at number six with 281,000. Interesting. We'll see if J. Cole drops, because J. Cole's scheduled to drop an album. We'll see how Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg's album does. And then if Drake decides to drop an album, I don't know. Drake, maybe Kendrick. We'll see. I don't know if Eminem's going to really hold that spot for a while. But still, Eminem's been out. Eminem's been here for such a long time that it doesn't really matter. Man, the guy's still breaking records fucking decades later. So I don't really give two fucks if Eminem isn't the best selling anymore like that, because he's past his prime a long time ago. This guy had two fucking runs, bro. So most artists lucky to even have one run. That's it for today's episode of the Diverse Mentality Podcast, powered by the one and only Golden Eagle Energy Drink. Get your Golden Eagle Energy Drinks at drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. They sponsored all season 4 of the podcast, so show them love for showing us love. Of course, you can support us, Spotify, Deezer, Pocket Cast, YouTube, all that. Have an amazing night, day, whenever you listen to this, and peace.